Hello and welcome to today's episode of the Work at Home Rockstar podcast. I'm excited to be rocking out with today's guest. He is the CEO of Martelly Consulting. And what he does is he helps therapists start their own full-time online business. So super excited to be rocking out today with Fabien Martelly. Hey, Fabien, you ready to rock?
Yes, let's work together, Tim. Thanks.
Perfect. So we always start off here on a good note. So tell me a story of success that we can be inspired by.
Yeah, my success is like me. I used when I grew up to have like a lot of eczema, and it started off my journey of entrepreneurs because I start to see a lot of therapists because I have the option to go like to see a doctor and take some cortisone, but I can't do cortisone all my life. So I went to see therapists and work on myself. And I start when I was like 3 years old, and when I was 22, my ex-girlfriend bring me on therapist journey to learn how to be a therapist. And it start when I learned so much from my disease, and I want to help people. And after 10 years of learning, I start my own business online to help other people to do the same. So it's what we just talked earlier. I need to practice a lot on myself before to help other people to do that. So my success is to help and success with my clients.
Yeah, your success is to help yourself. That's probably even harder than helping clients sometimes, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You learn a lot more by helping other people too, don't you?
It's like amazing, like it's like a mirror effect when I can see which other people who came to me is bring how I am. It feels about my energy, about everything who I am. I learned so much from that. It cost me less than a therapist because I can help other. And most of the time I say, oh, I need to do that for myself too. So I write on the side for me to do what I say to other. So it's like so much thing to learn with life.
You- I know what you mean, because even on this podcast, we're talking about people's successes and people's failures and people's tips, and I'm like, oh, that's a good one. Put down.
Exactly. Yeah, this is the best way. I saw so many people now to have their own podcast, and it's quite easy to do it, and you learn so much.
Yeah, it's a bit time consuming, but I mean, it's definitely accessible for just about anybody, right?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Just for start, you just need like computer, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. And a camera and a microphone, and actually most laptops just come with that built in. So yeah. So now, along with the good note, sometimes things don't go as planned. We have some bad notes along the way. And I'm wondering, like, can you share with us something that didn't go as planned and how you recovered from that?
Yeah, I have like so many failure. It's just what we talked earlier. It's like for me, it's 99% of failure, what percent of success. And is that is part of the journey. Failure is part of the journey. I can like tell you it was like 3 years ago. I run my business of coaching and I did like 2,000, 3,000 a month. And after like 4 years, I start to go so fast. Everything goes so quick. I find my avatar, I find my perfect product market fit, and my business go to 2,000 to 20,000. The next month, 30,000, 50,000,
Wow.
60,000. And then I was so afraid and so frustrated. So I make a burnout. And one morning I wake up and all my body was burned, like I did an allergy. And this is like for 3 months, I was like this. I worked so much on myself and I restart. It took me 9 months to recovery, full recovery, and start again my business. And
Wow.
after in 12 months, we did like 700,000. So
Wow.
sometimes it go up, go down, deep down, and after it goes so high, so quick.
Yeah. And I think that's probably why a lot of people have some anxiety and maybe fear of success because, what do they say? The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Isn't that what they say? 'Cause,
Exactly, it's true.
yeah, so
Yeah,
like sometimes when you climb, I mean, other things climb along with that too. I mean, oftentimes your lifestyle grows, the expenses that you have grow, and then all of a sudden, sure, you're making, maybe tens of thousands of dollars a month, but you're also spending that too. And then
it's
if
true.
that falls apart, now what? But I mean, if you're living this like really, really kind of like frugal lifestyle where you're only you're making and spending a few $1,000s a month. Well, that's easier to recover from, you'd think, right?
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like that. I spent so much. I used to live in Monaco. I need to go back to my parents, fix some problem with my family, like my health, my friends, like go back to the gym, go do like everything, go back and go like after this. The thing I learned from that is first of all, I was afraid if we stop to don't do it again. But I'm rich because I learned something. It's always in part of me. So it's easier to and faster to do it again. So it took me like a few months, like 3 months to go back like higher than I was before.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's probably the thing that people should recognize is that when you are growing, you're growing as a person. You're the problems that you can solve end up being bigger and bigger and bigger. So, to get back to that point again after a big fall is actually not anywhere near as hard as it would have been, when you did it the
Yeah.
first time, right?
Exactly. And this is, can be like a parallel with like a sport. When you do
Hmm.
sport, you go to the gym. When you start at the beginning, you are like, it's like for musculation, it's so hard. It's like you little like heavy stuff. And after you go so high, but sometimes you have like a problem with your muscle and you need to recovery. But when you come back, it's go like 1 month after you are at the same level than before. And it's okay. And me, when I was at the beginning, I was so afraid because it was so high. And I think if one day I lost, like it was something I think I will lost. I was anxiety because I feel like something will change. I will lost how to make money and stuff. But finally, it's in part of myself. I can't lost it. It's when it's done forever, you know?
Yeah.
It's just practice. You need to do it again, just recovery and do it like it goes so fast because you understand the mechanism, you understand how people work, you understand how to make a perfect product market fit, you understand how to run ads on Facebook, social media and stuff. So it's easy to do it again.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've noticed that too, like with different I've met a lot of people that have had lots of different successes in different industries even, and I've noticed something that it's a little bit weird when you see somebody who maybe they're super successful in this one area and then they decide, okay, I'm going to do something else. And then they like reach the same type of success in something else like pretty quickly. And you're like, wow, that's a totally different thing. How did you do that? But a lot of the fundamentals of success are not necessarily specific to the task that you're doing. They're more like overall mindsets, right? Like how you do things matters
E-
more than what you do. And
Exactly.
oftentimes that's what happens. Like so, like you say, I mean, you may lose your business. Everything might go to nothing, and it might be for a reason that's outside of your control. Maybe the market just dries up, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're done. That means you can do something else. You'll still use the same type of things that you learned in the first time, but you'll just use it towards a different application, right?
Yeah, it's true. Like I saw because I coach so many people who had a job like a salary and they start again. They start to be their own journey, to be like to work at home, start their own business. But some of them decide to go back on salary, but they earn more money because they knew other skills. They can see problems with different angles than salary
Yeah,
because they used to be like entrepreneurs, so they can help their manager, their boss to be better because they find a different angle. They go faster, stronger, and they make more money with this choice. Because if you stay always with the same view, you can't understand and can see like the 360 view. So
agree.
sometimes it's a good journey because you can make more money. For sure, after you make more money because you work so much on you, on your mindset, on all the skills you need to learn to start your own business is like crazy. But after everything goes so easy.
Yeah, love it. Right on. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the fans. So how do you I mean, especially nowadays, I mean, you can work on a computer, you can meet so many people. How do you convert that audience into fans, into people that actually love you?
Me, it's like easy because I used to do it. Like I tried so many things, but when I restart my own business, I decide to make like 5 day challenge. Why? Because I didn't coach so well and I'm coached like a different person. So when I say coaching, people try to think the same thing, but me, I do in a different way because I'm also shaman, so I can help people to see different stuff. So my only way to make fans is to spend like hours with them and show what can I do in few like hours with them, in 10 hours. And I start like this, and the 2 hours per day start to be 4 hours or 6 hours per day because I love to coach people online.
Mm.
I love to help each, like all of them. And so start to people talk together, and I did an event every month. So the months after start to be more people. The months after double it, and the time we double it. So it was so good because I can practice, I can show what I do, and if they want more, they pay to have my program, and like this, they can continue for 3 months or for a year program.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a real big theme on the show, and especially nowadays, like there's just so much competition. Anybody can get into the space. So in order for you to stand above everybody else, you really do have to, show them who you are. You can't be sort of like, nope, nothing unless you pay, right? Because there's a lot of other people that will do it for free, right? To grow their
Yeah.
business. And so really, I guess the thing is that if you actually really are good at what you do, then people will kind of come into your fold to start paying you because of the value that they get. But now the question I have the follow up on that is there sort of like a uh like a formula that you use on what you give for free versus what you charge for?
Yeah, no, I give everything. Like it was like for me, it was 10-day, 5-day challenge. I know a lot of people want to be like conservative and want to keep all their information because they're scared if they give everything, people don't buy to them.
Mhm.
So me, I prefer to give everything because I knew some people doesn't have the money, some people they will. So I prefer to help most of the people, and we can always do more when I coach them. So it's not about what I give, it's about where they want to go. So at the end, I give more than most of the people do. So like these people say, oh, if I for free I have that, for sure if I pay I have more. And when they pay, they have for more because they can listen more, do more, and at the end of the year, it was like super succeed.
Okay. So what would be the difference between a free program with you and a paid program then?
But the time because the free program is only 5-day challenge. It's only
Yep.
like a week. So in a week you can do like a lot of things. You can learn some stuff, but to apply is like more complicated. And you have a lot of energy in 5 days, and after a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks after, the energy go down. So when I do like pay program, it's more about 3 weeks, 3 months or a year. So like this, you can keep your energy
Love
level
it.
high all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and like you say, if you give them everything that you can give them in 5 days, then like you said, a lot of it has to do with that initial excitement. Like you kind of like get into it and you're ready to go and you're more self-motivated at that time. But then after a while, you do need some sort of outside motivation, and that's where you come in on your bigger programs because now you can continue to be with them to motivate them, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because we know when we start to your business, you have so much up and down. We know
Mhm.
that when we have our business, and even with that, we know we have like so much up and down. Some days, some months are super good, and after with the climate, politics, environment, war, like can be down. So it's good to have like a mentors, coach, people to like therapists who can help you to stay your energy level so high because this determine your business. You can run a business if you are depressed. It's so hard to do it. So you need because people follow leaders. So you need to be a super leaders. To be leaders, you need to have like super energy. You need to have a good mindset. You need to empower everyone.
Yeah.
So you need, even if you are, it's a war in front of you, you need to go and to be sure you will win and you will do.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's
Yeah,
so
I agree.
important to have like mentors. Like you told me you learn guitars. Now we can learn guitars with YouTube, but it's better if you have someone who knows how to teach you on the side and give you like all the advice he learned by practicing. So you'll learn so many stuff because on YouTube it's free, but you don't have the small details, the small advice who makes like better and faster.
Yeah, because we're all slightly different, right? And so the YouTube person just kind of shows you what to do, but like when you have somebody who's like showing you in person, they can say, "Oh, I can see that your finger is slightly, that's why it's not sounding the same way as it sounds in
Yeah,
the video over here," right? Yeah. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
exactly. Because like everyone has fingers totally different. So maybe if you have like a small finger, you can do it. If you have longer finger, you can use that. This on online, you can do this. Like on YouTube, they make for everyone, but not for you. And to be with a mentor, he can put it done for you, so it's better.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I remember when I first started learning, there was I don't think YouTube was a thing at that point. And but what they did have is they had tab. They had these uh tabs that you could go and it would show you like the notes that you're supposed to hit. And my goodness, the difference between that and YouTube is amazing. Like you're looking at the notes you're supposed to hit, and you're like contorting your fingers like this, trying to figure out what you're supposed to do. But then you look at the YouTube video, and they're like, "No, no, no, you do it this way." Oh,
Ah.
so like now you take it to another step when you have somebody who's actually watching you do it and showing you how to do it. So yeah, I think it's the same way in everything with when it comes to mentorship, right?
Hi, my name is Anik Malaf. I'm from Mastering Ascension, and I've been working with Tim Melanson and the Creative Crew Agency for a number of years now. Tim is my go-to guy for all things technology, and his team have helped me to really create the platform that I need that represents my brand, my message, and connects me directly to my ideal clients. What I particularly love about Tim is before he starts to dive into the technology, he always makes sure that he understands what your global view is, what your ultimate goals are. So then that way you're not wasting a lot of time back and forth switching around technology or platforms. He creates something from the get-go that is scalable, which is highly beneficial for any business. What I've experienced from Tim and his team is they're highly responsive. They are a wealth of information, and they're going to offer you the tools that you need to really make the mark that you want to make in the world. So that's my recommendation for Tim. He's awesome. You're going to love every minute. You won't regret it.
Yeah, I remember one of my coach used to learn guitar, so and he did like so many like hard title to do it, and he had a coach, and like one transition he didn't arrive to do it, and the guy say, "Oh, you need to like I don't remember, maybe put these marks out because this relax this finger to do the transition because." It was so hard and you need to do something else with his mouse because
Oh
like this
wow.
like can be like stuff but this you can learn it, it's not on YouTube you can learn that. It's because the guy who makes so many singers and coaching and stuff and he understand at this transition what he did naturally to relax all these fingers and so he can help the guy to do it.
Yep.
So
It might have been
it's
timing wise too. It might have been just like you have to take a breath there because you need that time to get to the next. Yeah. Wow. There's so many. It's so crazy when it comes to that kind of stuff. Now, what about you? Like, so do you have mentors and do you hire coaches for in your business?
yeah, I spent like last year I spent more than 200,000 in coaches and mentor.
Wow.
So I used to spend a lot of money with Grant Cardone,
Yep.
and so because I love it and just like as his big 10x growth conference now, and I love this energy. So I spent a lot of money with him, and I did like a lot of therapies also on the side to help me to heal myself, all my trauma when I was young and stuff like this.
Wow. Okay. And so I'm wondering, like, like, why did you decide to go and hire somebody? Was it something that was like difficult for you to do, or did you just go, obviously, I'm going to go hire somebody?
No, yes, it's because it's difficult to know because I didn't know what I didn't know. So I prefer to pay someone who already makes the business than I'm supposed to make, or like everyone makes. Like this, I can earn time and money. And it's like so much easier. And yeah, and also when you have mentorship, you have other people who are at the same level, so you can make connection with
Hmm.
entrepreneurs who can understand what you are now, and you can have advice, you can make new friends, you can change all your environment also because my friend I have at school is not the same I did like today. So it's like helping me to be in a good way. I travel a lot in the US. So for me, I'm in Europe now and between Monaco and Dubai. So I went like in Miami, Vegas,
Wow.
Milwaukee. So I learn always more stuff. I learn to how to speak on stages. I learn how to run my business and make more money. So it's so important for me to learn. Because
Do you?
if I want to be a good coach, I need to be coaching. I have a coach, you know.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. Practice what you preach, right?
Yeah.
Um, just out of curiosity, how much was your very first coach? What did you spend on your first coach?
Uh, like my first coach, I think I paid, it was already 5,000. I think so.
Wow, you were okay, good.
Yeah, I think it was 5,000. Yeah.
For what kind of like length of time?
It was like for, I think it was 6 months, and it
Yep.
was for marketing, to how to run your business with marketing online. And I didn't succeed because it was so hard. At the beginning, you need to make like a free product, then $7 product, then $50 product, then VIP program. But when we start, it's so much like so complicated. I didn't know what to put on my product. I didn't know. Now I did it, so it's more easy to do it. But at the
Yeah.
beginning, I didn't know anything. I just was a beginner, so it was so complicated. So then I took another like for 50K and it doesn't succeed. I pay someone to do my stuff for me. It doesn't work. Then I took another one for 6,000 and now it succeed. Yeah. But it takes me like 3 or 4 years to find someone.
Yeah.
And I
It's funny.
spend like so much money because like I need to learn. So failure was part of my learning, you know. I try some stuff, I fail, so I say, okay, what's part works, what's fail, I need to change again and change again and change again. How I find myself.
Yeah, I think my first coach that I hired was somewhere around there too. I think it was maybe a little bit less than that. But it was sort of like a 6 month program and I didn't finish it either. My first one. It was
Yeah,
just
I think at the beginning it's hard to finish it, but it's part of the journey, you know. Um, it's like if you start like to do sport and you didn't do for 20 years, it's hard to stay on it for 6 months. Maybe you go to the first 3 months, you stop 2 months, and after you need to go back. So it's like how to learn how to be yourself at the beginning.
yeah. Well, and but like you, I mean, I did get some things out of it, right? Like I remember just knowing what I was supposed to do. Right. I mean, they had this whole like laid out thing, laid out course, and this is what you do, and this is what you figure out. And I'm going through the first module, and I'm like, okay, wow, I'm already struggling. Second module, third module, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to manage. But I mean, one of the things that I kind of got was like, okay, now I know what I'm supposed to know. And so,
Yeah,
I just kind of did probably what you did and took a step back and go, okay, now I need a different type of course. I need a different kind of mentor to help me get to this first level, right?
yeah, exactly. People think they will succeed directly with the first program. Sometimes no, you understand the first module. And then the second module, you need to find another coach. And the third module,
Yeah.
another one, until like you make your 5, 6 module. And this work at the end because you understand. And it's part of like like to muscle your brain because you need to readapt your brain to see different, to do the work. And me, when I did it, I didn't have ChatGPT. So now it's easier with ChatGPT because when I can ask ChatGPT, what is give me a title for my program? Can you write me a free document,
Yeah.
like a free PDF and do that? But before, there are two parts. There are advantage to do that. But at the end, I saw with my clients, they didn't think well to do it because they delegate to ChatGPT, but they didn't learn from themselves.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
good with ChatGPT, but you need to practice, practice, practice because you need to practice your brain to be better and stronger and think faster and think like differently than you used to it.
Yep, I agree. Well, and I mean, I see ChatGPT as a tool, just like any other tool, really, because you do notice that whoever is using ChatGPT gets different results, right?
Yeah,
I
it's
definitely have
true.
noticed that. And even some of my clients, they'll be like, "Yeah, I tried to do it with ChatGPT," and I'm like, "Okay," so I type a couple things in, boom, it comes out. I'm like, "Whoa, how'd you
Yeah.
do that?" I'm like, "Well, I guess you got to know the right questions to ask, right?" So having a little bit of that base to go from just allows you to use these tools a lot more efficiently, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So now let's talk a little bit about practicing and getting good at what you do and staying good at what you do. I mean, the world's changing so fast. You probably got a lot like got to keep up on a lot of things. So what's your process, I guess, in practicing?
I practice like, when you start your business, most of the marketing and stuff is to do like a A/B tests. So you need
Hmm.
to always do two landing page and see which ones works well. You keep it and you try to change like little stuff and go on it and practice all the time. Even with my coaching, I practice a lot. When I start a new program, I took like a few clients, use it, see what's working or not. I ask for to have a give back, and then I try again and try again. It's only that. I used to send to my client every month what you succeed, what you want to change, what will be better for you. Like this, I have a lot of return and I can build my program better and succeed more.
Love it. So you ask for
And
feedback directly.
yes, feedback is like so much important because I saw the problem by the top because I'm top of it, but I need to have rewards from like feedback from people on behind the problem
Hmm.
because we didn't see the same stuff. For me, it's like easy, but I forgot at the beginning was not easy at all. Like it was the worst stuff I need to do. So now it's easy for me. Oh, you should do that, do that. But for them, I need to be back in their head to understand what they struggle. And when I understand that, I can help them to be better.
Yeah. Yeah, and the world changes, right? So like based on like maybe when you were getting started, we had sort of different conditions around us. So maybe you would have different questions. Now
Yeah.
things are a little bit different. So maybe the students coming up today might not have the same type of background. And so you might say, oh, this is what worked for me, but it might not necessarily work for them, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's true. And I also like watch a lot of podcasts from my concurrent people because all the time they share some stuff I can use for my program because they did it differently. So I can see, okay, this work for them. I will try for me. And if it's working, I will use for my clients.
Wow.
Yeah. This like now we have YouTube, like so many podcasts, business, wealth, health. You can make like so much stuff and not so many things to do it.
So how much time do you think you spend on like learning versus doing?
80% learning, 20% doing.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Everything I watch, like movie, TV movie, Netflix, YouTube, like I read stuff is for learning. Even I
Wow.
learn from movie, if I saw the movie in a different way. So which like sentence I can use for my client, what they did, I can use to help them to visualize what I want to see. Like this, oh, do you remember in this movie, this happened? He did that. So you need to do the same with your business. So I watched like everything I learned so much.
I love that. I love that. And you're right. I mean, if you relate to people through movies and stuff like that, then it makes it easier to make analogies. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Right on. So it's time for your guest solo. So tell me what's exciting in your business right now.
Me, like I love to help people, so I'm excited because if they want, like everyone who can see this podcast, you can send me like Rockstar Podcast on my social media and my in message, and I can give you 30 minutes free to see where you are and where you want to be, and I can give you advice one-on-one. Normally, I charge a lot for that, more than 5,000 K for 30 minutes. So I
Wow.
give you for free because I'm with Tim and you saw the podcast and you stay with us for all this time together. So I want to share and I love to share because this is part of the journey. I used to have a lot of money. Sometimes I have a lot, sometimes less. And the best thing I can remember is the people I changed life and see them to help their kids, their family to change. This is at the end what is like stay on earth. It's the people we help to succeed because they help other people to succeed, who help other people to succeed. And so I want to do the same here. So even if you watch it like in 2 years, you send me Rockstar and I will give you 30 minutes free.
Wow. Wow. Thank you so much. That's amazing. So, like, what would be the ideal person that would get the most out of working with you?
It's depend. Like I used to help like therapists, but mostly it was women between 30 and 60 years old who want to make a reconversion. They used to be salary, but they used to be passionate by therapy stuff. So it can be like plants, like psychology, like so many stuff like this. So I help them to make money on the side and then they quit their job to do their own business. So this,
Right.
I had more than 10,000 people last year. But I also help CEOs of the big company also because in my environment between Monaco and Dubai, I have like a lot of people who makes a lot of money. So the best thing, if you see this podcast, contact me and I will see if I can help you and in which way. So if you are CEO, entrepreneurs, or just therapist, or someone who want to start their own business, but you're scared, you can send me a message and I can help you.
Nice. Okay. So, what's the best way to get in touch with you then?
Me is Instagram. You send me by Instagram on my page, Fabien Martelly. It's like you can send me an invoice, an inbox, and it will be easier.
Love it. Thank you so much for rocking out with me today, Fabien. This has been a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you very much, Tim, for your time, for your audience to listen everything, for your time you share, all the podcasts you do, because 300 is like a lot.
Mhm.
So thank you for all you do for people to stand and start their own business, because it's a big journey, but the best journey you can do for yourself.
Love it. Right on. Well, thank you so much. And thank you to the listeners. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and comment. And we'll see you next time on the Work at Home Rockstar podcast.